From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to tonight's coverage of the Pony Express NASCAR for Amateurs Truck Series Chase Race number 2. Tonight at the Richmond Raceway here tonight. It's going to be a ton of fun around Richmond here tonight. I'm telling you, this place is challenging here in Virginia, and this is going to be a fun one tonight. We talked to Mark Dillon last week, and he talked about being scared coming to this place, and I think this is one of those tracks that you can really get yourself in trouble if you're not careful. This place will reach up and bite you in a hurry. And a little smaller field here, 9 trucks, but that does not take away from the challenge of coming to race here at Richmond, Virginia. Short track racing action here tonight on the channel. 180 laps of keeping the truck clean and underneath of you. That is my kind of thinking and keys to getting around here. One truck coming in tonight that can breathe a little bit easier. That's the 39 of Timothy Emanuele, coming off the win 1 week ago, that locked himself into playoff contention in the round of 4 later this year. So Timothy can kind of breathe a bit better than everyone else here in this round at Richmond International Raceway. Everybody else is getting down to the nut cutting time to what you need to do to get into that final 4 race, and that is going to be your main goal now as you roll into Richmond right now. You see right now Jared Young sitting outside the cut, Austin Bloom outside the cut. What about Marvin Clay on the outside looking in? It's going to be a lot of interesting racing here tonight at Richmond, here for 180 laps before we go to Las Vegas 1 week from tonight to set our final 4 for Homestead Miami Speedway the week following. All that is going to be decided over the next few weeks. With that being said, let's get ready to get going here tonight. 180 laps your race distance. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Row number 1 is going to be Ryan O'Donohue, Jared Young going to start on the front row. Row number 2 here tonight is going to be Stephen Thompson alongside Austin Bloom in the Ford F-150. Row number 3 here this evening, Timothy Emanuele Again, with that win advancing himself forward, Zach Purcell starting 6th. 7th here tonight, Zach Nuremberger, Nick Tyrell going to start 8th. 9th is going to be Keith Williams in the field as well here tonight. That's your lineup here, 180 laps. Let's take a look at track facts here at Richmond International Raceway. This racetrack going to be a ton of fun, just over 130 miles your race distance. Welcome to Richmond, everyone. Let's have some fun here tonight and work our way towards Las Vegas to set up that Final Four. Don't forget, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. But we are ready to go racing here in Richmond Raceway here tonight. So with everybody ready to go, we're going to get lined up here. Again, it's going to be strategy-based here tonight on how you're going to handle yourself here tonight at Richmond. What's up, Cowboy? What you doing, man? You ready to go later on tonight? As we get ready to fire this thing off here, Ryan O'Donoghue up front, ready to rock and roll in that number 31 M machine alongside the 93 on the front row. That Toyota there as well. And again, you look at Ryan O'Donoghue coming into tonight's playoff hopes. Ryan O'Donoghue right there leading in the playoff projections. So if he can just keep doing what he is doing, he's got a little over, 12-point lead right now to the cut line of Stephen Thompson and Jared Young. Young 2 points off of Thompson. So Young can very easily point himself back into that Final Four after Timothy Emanuele locking himself in. So Emanuele into the playoffs here in the round of 4 after a win last week. Now we'll see if we're going to get another one locked in tonight. 180 laps to decide it. Thank you to Burgett Farms as always, and Nerds Doing Nerds Things for all their help. Here we go. We're going racing at Richmond. And there we are. Green flag in the air. We're rolling at Richmond Raceway. Ryan O'Donoghue out front already in that number 31 machine will take the race lead. Here comes Jared R. Young, going to fall back a spot. Austin Bloom takes no time to move to second. Here, Bloomy right there into the top 2. Stephen Thompson jumps in line here real quickly right here in 4th. Timothy Emanuele, last week's winner, running 5th. Zach Nuremberger right there in 6th right now at the end of lap 1. So lap 1 already in the books here tonight. Everybody trying to take care of their equipment here at Richmond. That's the Slim Jim number 51 is Zach Purcell. Right there on the top side, not in the playoffs here. Just trying to get out of here and get a win is that Slim Jim machine of Zach Purcell. Heartbroken after not making the playoffs earlier in the season. Austin Bloom, Jared R. Young going to go side by side. 3 of 80 complete here tonight. Pretty clean start to this one. Man, oh man, 3 of 80 complete here. Yes, sir, Cowboy, if you could get it over to me, that would help, brother. 3 of 80 in the books. Everybody hanging on. Ryan O'Donoghue out front. Up front by a couple of car lengths now, 0.3 of a second. Over the nearest driver is Mr. Jared R. Young in second. The Ford F-150 of Austin Bloom, that Home Depot machine, currently sitting 3rd right now. Austin Bloom right there. You see everybody hanging on board with that driver of Austin Bloom. Everybody else holding serve there as well. Zach Nuremberger right there as well. 5 of 180 in the books here tonight. Everybody nice and smooth right now. Everybody right around the bottom. They'll wrap the inside line. There's the 32, 39 Camp Timothy Emanuele on the back bumper in Nuremberg right now. Those 2 single file as well. 104 right now. Everybody just kind of figuring out what they need to do. Here, the 39 Emanuele would jump under Mr. Nuremberg. Zach going to give him some room there on the inside. Hanging on double file at the moment. Just wonderful racing so far over the first 7 laps. Back single file. Nick Terrell back here in 9th. A little bit off pace here tonight compared to the field. Last time by, leaders ran a 22.269 compared to the 22.6s at the end of the field. So about a 0.3 of a second spread throughout the field right now here at Richmond International Raceway. Man, oh man, oh man, great racing across the board as they run up front going at it. And it's going to be so much fun as they work their way through here tonight. This is going to be an interesting race all evening long. Jared R. Young, Timothy Emanuele, Zach back here side by side with the 32 camp. That's Timothy Emanuele, and the 32 is Zach Nuremberg battling for position mid front of the pack here in that top 5. So again, great battle right now. Ryan O'Donoghue out front leading. O'Donoghue, Young, there's Emanuele still in the midst of that battle as well. Zach Nuremberger just right there behind him, trying to take up a spot here as well. Nuremberger starting running 6th, Zach Purcell in 7th. Purcell holding 7th right now. Keith Williams, they're in the 401 machine, having a decent run here tonight as well, inside that top 8. Ryan O'Donoghue continuing to lead right now as they work their way through. Ryan O'Donoghue would be a big deal if he could go ahead and lock himself into the playoffs. O'Donoghue came in leading here, but a win would lock him directly into the Final Four here tonight. Would be huge for that driver. You got to think Jared R. Young would be a favorite as well to make that Final Four. One driver not here tonight was indeed Mark Dillon. Didn't make the start here tonight at Richmond. Hoping everything's all right over there with the sheriff, but it's not going to help his playoff hopes here heading into Vegas 1 week from tonight. The fact that we go to Vegas in a week's time here to set your Final Four, what a very diverse last 2 races to get yourself in tonight here at Richmond and next week at Vegas. 2 totally different styles of racetrack. And I think it's just going to be very important to have a solid run out here tonight. Set yourself up good for Vegas 1 week from tonight. And right now, everybody continuing to be single file. Jared R. Young sitting there in 2nd. Austin Bloom right there in the Home Depot number 9 camp. There's Bloomy there in the Home Depot number 9 machine with Stephen Thompson in the 24. Timothy Emanuele in the 39. Setting in a good shape as well. Those trucks hanging on at the moment. Nuremberg right there in the 32 camp trying to hang on as well. There's Zachary Nuremberg, Keith Williams Jr. right there in the 401. And so as you see, it's a double file between Keith Williams, Zachary Purcell. Up the racetrack goes the 401 of Williams a little bit, running that mid groove right now. You can get up there and get that mid groove to work here at Richmond. On board with the 32 camp, but out front, you see Ryan Donoghue right here continuing to lead. Big gap back to Jared R. Young. First 18 laps have been clean and green here at Richmond. The battle for 3rd heating up as you see Stephen Thompson closing on the back bumper of Austin Bloom a little bit here, so we may have a battle for 4th momentarily as Thompson and Bloom begin to go at it. Austin Bloom trying to hang on, trying to do what he can. And again, you got to look at Bloom's situation in that number 9 machine right now, looking, trying to pick up some spots. Bloom came in on the outside looking in here tonight after missing the show last week. Marvin Clay and Michael Bertha right there as well did not make the show 1 week ago. So if they indeed miss here tonight, they're going to be mathematically eliminated. They missed the show, excuse me. The only way they would get in is with a win next week at Vegas. So now 21 on the board here tonight. So 21 laps complete this time by. So what can you do here if you're Austin Bloom, setting third behind Jared R. Young? Right now, you're a bit slower than those guys. In actuality, Stephen Thompson's starting to run him down. Lap time for lap time right now. So Thompson staying with that number 9 machine of Bloom, sitting in that third spot. And you start tracking the lap times here. Right now, Ryan O'Donoghue at least a tenth quicker than anybody else in the field at the moment of Jared R. Young. And then it's going to be an interesting battle from there on out as tires begin to wear here 22 laps into the run. Tires already wearing here at Richmond. So you sit and you take a gander at what we've got right now. And again, these races so often, it is a long-term effort for these drivers. You got to set yourself up all the way through the night. And right now, 23 on the board. There's the 24 making a boo-boo as they exit the corner. Thompson going to drop. Emanuele going to take advantage maybe on the top. Emanuele going to draw even out of turn 2. Timothy Emanuele going to pull about a fender ahead into 3, and they'll go back even now into 3 and 4. 25 laps complete early tonight here for the Pony Express Truck Series. 25 of the 180 in the books here already tonight. The race is easily going to be interesting with Ryan O'Donoghue out front. 25 of 180 complete here tonight as they contend to run here. Up front, Ryan O'Donoghue leads. Man, oh man, 26 of 180 in the books. There is Mr. Bloom in the mix as well. Running third, Timothy Emanuele in fourth. Go for the blimp cam here at Richmond Motor Speedway. Everybody's single file around the bottom at the moment. Not really able to get that outside line going just yet here tonight. So interesting. Ryan O'Donoghue leads right now. So right now, as they continue to do battle at the moment right now, Ryan O'Donoghue out front leading the way here early in this one. As they said at the moment, Austin Bloom, Keith Williams right there doing a very good job battling one another out right at the moment. And I think now as everybody is starting to kind of get into the rhythm here, 30 laps into this one. Ryan O'Donoghue continuing to put great laps down in that 31 truck. Jared R. Young, you can see the gap back to Young right now is pretty extensive at the moment. Nice little gap between those two trucks at the moment. So right now, that gap continuing to stay about the same. The battle for third and fourth or fifth and fourth is heating up. Here comes Thompson on Bloom, closing in for that fourth spot on the racetrack right now. And you see that gap closing rapidly now between these two drivers. Again, Bloom in that Home Depot number 9 camp, trying to hold up Thompson a little bit. In front of him right now, doing a good job. Nose to tail right now down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Thompson to the bottom. There goes the 24 to the inside line. He will easily slide on by Bloom. 33 in the books. Bloom going to cross over. Bloom will drive it deep into 1 and 2. Into 1 and 2 we go. Bloom going to search the bottom. Thompson going to stay to the top. They'll head off a turn number 2 right now down the back straightaway double file. It's the double file battle right now for position between Bloom and Thompson. Up the hill goes the 24. He'll hang on. Bloom will drop back now to 5th. 34 laps complete. Bloom getting a little sideways off of turn 4. Kind of gave that spot away. And while we got a break in the action, let's do a little bit of Crank It Up live here on Extreme Sim TV. All right, back here as we continue to run 83 laps into this, or 39 laps into this one here tonight. Ryan O'Donoghue out front leading the way. You see the gap back to second, about 1.6 seconds at the moment. Purcell back here in that 9th spot behind Nick right now. Not having the best run here tonight at Richmond. He's hanging on right now. So right now, hanging on, nose to tail down the back. You see the 31 closing in on that Menards number 51 machine. He'll go a lap down here momentarily. And that's the way they run right now here at Richmond. All right, as we continue to run right now, 43 laps complete here in chase race number 2 at Richmond. Up front, Ryan O'Donoghue leading the way. Right now, 1.67 seconds the gap. You see 4 seconds back. Timothy Emanuele right there in that number 39 camp. Stephen Thompson right there as well, hanging on. And everybody doing what they can to run down the 39 camp right now. Second and third, you see Stephen Thompson 3 seconds off of him. So everybody up front staying pretty evenly spaced out at the moment here at Richmond so far. 45 on the board. Ryan O'Donoghue leads. You see Jared Young right there in that number 93 camp trying to hang on as well. Jared R. Young trying to peek his way into the playoff spot here before we go to Vegas 1 week from tonight. Continue 46 on the board right now. Everybody else set and serve at the moment. And again, 46 complete, 47 this time by single file at the moment. And so much fun to watch as these guys fight their way through 47 laps complete here. And here we go, pit stops. Here we go, Jared R. Young on pit road. Just past 47 laps complete here tonight. First car on pit road really Jared R. Young going to make his stop. Now here goes much more. Here goes Donahue on pit road as well. So Ryan Donahue and Jared Young both to pit road after 47 laps here tonight. Here comes the 51, coming about a lap later. That is Nuremberg actually sitting back here waiting to go in. 51 to Purcell down pit road in the Slim Jim, number 51 Menard's machine. He'll hit pit road as well. And he'll hit his stall right here. Timothy Emanuele still out front in that machine. Now he'll come down pit road and he'll make his scheduled stop. So the first round of scheduled stops underway here at Richmond International Raceway after 49 laps here tonight of the scheduled 180. I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight as we continue to watch. Up front, Stephen Thompson leads the way right now. Thompson doing a great job up front of the field, looking for his pit stop as well. 50 on the board of 180. 50 on the board of 180 here tonight. They continue to do battle right here, right now, in the Pony Express. Austin Bloom. Everybody hanging on. Keith Williams, Nick right there. 51 and 180 complete here tonight. Great racing all the way through. Yellow is out on the racetrack. And we got a problem for Zachary Nuremberg. Caution out for Zachary Nuremberg. Take a look. What happened to Zachary? Out at turn number 4. Had just made a pit stop here and gets on the curb and around she comes. And the caution flies for Zachary Nuremberg, 52 laps in. First yellow of the night is going to be for that 32 camp going around. Brings the caution out. So first yellow of the evening credited to Zachary Nuremberg. Austin Bloom right now is going to be your leader, Nick Terrell and Jared Young. Trapped 1 lap down, Timothy Emanuele right now trapped a lap down. He'll have to take a right wave around with Stephen Thompson. Keith Williams also trapped a lap down at the time of caution. These guys will have to circle their way back by the field. 53 in the books here. 53 in the books of 180 here tonight. We'll get ready to go at it again. Jared R. Young out front leading. Austin Bloom coming down pit road here. Bloom will come down and get tires and fuel as well. And then once we do that, what we will do is let the field cycle through the guys that got trapped 1 lap down. We'll then cycle back to the front. And then we'll be in pretty good shape. So that will be kind of the situation we're at right now, waiting for guys to circle through. And then we'll get ready to rock and roll once again. And again, Jared R. Young leads the way right now, 55 on the board of 180. We'll get ready to do it all over again in just a moment. Just waiting on everybody to figure it out here. 55 complete. So 55 complete of 180. Jared R. Young out front leading. Timothy Emanuele right now in second. So Young ready. Timothy right there. Bloom there as well. Getting ready to get double file once again to get this race back underway here at Richmond Raceway tonight. So as we get ready to go, Jared R. Young be out front for the restart once again. Here tonight, we'll get them back underway to end the first yellow of the night. Again, the 32 was the cause of the yellow. there earlier. So that's where we sit. I'm going to step away from the booth one moment, grab me a drink, and I'll be right back here when we go green. Alrighty, back underway once again. Jared Young, Austin Bloom up front as we go back green here at Richmond Raceway. 58 complete. Right now, Young going to fall in line behind Bloom. Here comes Donahue. Nick Terrell back there as well. Timothy Emanuele hanging on in fifth. Stephen Thompson right there in sixth. Keith Williams going to be the first truck one lap down with Zach Purcell and Zach Nurenberger all one lap down here tonight. You see the battle heating up front. That is going to be Young. Bloom nose to tail headed into turns 1 and 2. A little bit of check up there for Young. Bloom going to try to hold him off right now as they head down the back straight away at the moment. Right to the bottom goes the 93 machine. You see that difference of line there in turn 3. Meanwhile, battle behind them as well. Back here around 4th, you see a Timothy Emanuele. Nick Terrell there in the Doritos machine, battling it out as well. Great battle between those two trucks. Mid-pack also going at it. Good to see these guys getting some racing in here mid-pack and side by side. Ooh, Terrell makes it into the outside wall here tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first start for Nick Terrell of the season here at Richmond. Bloom up front, continuing to hang on, doing everything he can to fight his way through. But he has a challenge from Jared R. Young here tonight. There's Jared Young right behind Bloom. Nose to tail here, 63 on the board. Bloom, again, even though he's not color-coded green, that is a mistake on my end. Bloom is in the playoffs, and right now, if he was to get a win here tonight, he would lock himself into that Final Four battle at Homestead. But right now, he's got to focus one lap at a time as he's trying to hold off Jared R. Young, who is right there in second as well. Great racing across the board. You see Bloom out front hanging on. Bloom there in the Home Depot machine. Austin Bloom pulling back away with Ryan O'Donoghue and Emanuele, and Ryan O'Donoghue right there as well. Everybody fighting through. But right there, everybody hanging on right now, fighting their way through. Right now, 67 on 180 complete. Here tonight at Richmond, 68 on the board. Timothy Emanuele, Ryan O'Donoghue right there as well. 69 laps complete this time by. And at the moment, everybody holding serve single file with Austin Bloom right there trying to pull away from the field. Everybody else staying right with one another. Austin Bloom leading the way. Jared Young sitting in second at the moment. That's the way we sit at the moment. Everybody fighting their way through. Bloom up over Mr. Young just by a little bit. Donoghue trying to close in. 70 laps going on the board this time by. Single file, and what a race we have seen here tonight at Richmond Raceway so far. Right now, first truck 1 lap down would be Keith Williams. If we were to get a yellow, he would get the lucky dog, get back on the lead lap. And that is Keith Williams right there behind Nick Terrell. Terrell in danger of possibly going a lap down later. Meanwhile, up front, Austin Bloom and Jared Young. The battle still rages between these two trucks at the front of the field. Arguably, which one is better, we don't really know just yet. I don't think we had that to start that stint to open up the race. Then we had that one yellow come out as we had the 32 go around. Since then, everything's kind of settled back in. 72 on the board of 80 here tonight. And I really do think with the less trucks out here tonight, that's going to affect the ebb and flow of tonight's race. We're not going to see the yellows that you normally would see at Richmond. And I ultimately think that's going to decide kind of the winner here tonight, because it's going to take a little bit of a different strategy than what you would normally see here at Richmond to go to victory lane. Normally here at Richmond, you could go very hard at the beginning of the run, because you know that run's probably going to get broken up with the yellows. But here tonight, I just don't think that's going to be the case long term. It wouldn't shock me if maybe we had one more till the end here as far as cautions go, and we stay green the rest of the time. So I think that's affecting these drivers and their thought process here tonight. That's the way we set 75 on the board of 180 here tonight at the Richmond Raceway here this evening. That's the way everybody sets. Austin Bloom out front, hanging on. Right now, Jared Young in second, but he's going to have a challenge Ryan O'Donoghue here in just a moment. Oh, Ryan O'Donoghue right there to the back bumper. Man, so interesting to watch as they do battle at the front of this field. Just 77 laps complete here tonight. Right now, 77 of 180 in the books. Austin Bloom leading the way. Jared Young, Ryan Donoghue. There's Timothy Emanuele. What about Stephen Thompson there as well? Sitting back there. Nick Terrell, very impressive run here tonight. Great run for Nick. Alrighty, back here once again. Sorry about that. Had to go deal with kitty cat things. But right now, 85 on the board of 80 or 180 here tonight. You see Austin Bloom, Jared Young, 1-2. The race for the race lead heating up as Ryan O'Donoghue gonna close right there to the back bumper as well. 87 on the board this time by here tonight. So again, nose to tail, 87 and 180 complete here. One truck out of shape. That's Owen Emanuele back there getting out of shape and trying to hang on. Timothy Emanuele right now having a decent run on that number 39. He's trying to figure out a way to get to the race lead here tonight. Man, that battle for the race lead heating up here after 87 laps here tonight. Austin Bloom and Jared Young side by side. Jared Young going to take the race lead away. Give it to that number 93 of Young back out front, 39 laps on the stint as we close in on what would be the end of this stint here tonight. Again, as they work lap 40 this time by side, here comes crossover from Bloom. Bloom going to work the bottom. Bloom trying to keep the truck stuck to the inside. He'll give them plenty of room to the top here. 89 this time by. You see it at the moment. Everybody double file. 89 of 180 complete. Side by side, Bloom, Young, Donoghue, top three. 90 on the board this time by out of shape goes the Home Depot Ford right there in the 9 of Bloom. He'll fall in line. Give Bloom second. Timothy Emanuele going to set third in tonight's battle here at Richmond. Emanuele right there to P3. Ryan O'Donoghue right there in fourth with Stephen Thompson. You see right now these guys hanging on, closing in on lap 100 here tonight. Now Jared R. Young trying to stretch his legs. And that's a Sonic Machine. I believe that's how you pronounce that sponsor. On the side of that truck, and a great battle up front as Jared Young pulls back away with Bloom right there in second. 91 complete here tonight as everybody works their way through. Timothy Emanuele, Ryan O'Donoghue right there as well. Great racing. Man, oh man, oh man. You see the 31 up top. That's Ryan O'Donoghue. There's Bloom going to try to hold him off. Here comes Emanuele going to fight his way through. Our most recent winner here tonight as well is Timothy Emanuele. He'll go to second. Timothy Emanuele there in the 39 machine. He'll go to P2 in that Toyota Tundra. He'll jerk it off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway he goes here tonight. Now, right, Jared R. Young out front, pulling away. 93 complete of 180 here tonight. Timothy Emanuele gives chase. It's so interesting to watch these guys chase each other here at Richmond. Here as we work our laps down here tonight. Now, how far do you go in this run? Austin Bloom, pit road. That answers that question. There's the 9 on pit road, putting tires on that truck. Fuel 39 complete in that run for him. 95 laps complete. Young, Emanuele up front. Ryan O'Donoghue, Stephen Thompson, and Nick Terrell right there as well. Keith Williams there also. Jared R. Young, he missed pit road. Jared R. Young misses pit road. He'll drop backwards. Yep, just come in a little too high. Had to swerve to miss the barrels. Nearly clipped the end of the orange barrels at the end of pit road. That could have been drastic for that truck. He gets around it and hangs on. 96 on the board of 180. Young will come back to pit road, losing some time. Meanwhile, now Timothy Emanuele will take over the race lead. Right there, Ryan O'Donoghue to second. There's Young to pit road. And that Sonic Machine on pit road coming to get fuel and tires. Meanwhile, Timothy Emanuele continuing to lead in that Toyota. Pulling away right now. Emanuele 97 on the board. Ryan O'Donoghue there as well. 98 this time by. Now, if Timothy Emanuele were to win this race, that would be 2 wins in the playoffs for him, and that means we would have 2 spots available for the playoffs. if Emanuele were to go to victory lane. So that would be very interesting, and they continue to do. Stephen Thompson out front leading as they fight through. And right now, everybody fighting through right now. 98 this time by Stephen Thompson. Nick Terrell, Stephen Thompson right there to pit road also. Great job. He'll go down fuel and tires, 99 on the board. This time by. And so much racing here tonight with Nick Terrell up front now, working through the cycle of pit stops, 99 on the board. As we circle through this one here, 100 to 180 complete, 80 to go at Richmond. Everybody trying to figure out what's the best thing they can do. Terrell, oh, we got problems at 401, and Terrell is going to get in it. Keith William goes around, first caution of the night, and much like the second yellow of the night, much like the first, at the end of pit stops, the truck goes around. And around goes to take a look here as that truck steps out, goes around the Doritos machine, more like a crunchy Dorito, getting into the side. And yellow is out here, 101 on the board. We're back under caution at Richmond. So once again, back under yellow here, we'll stack them back up. Luckily for most of the drivers, everybody had made their pit stops here. Really, I think the one that gained the most was probably Nick Terrell, actually, catching that caution before he came to pit road. He's got a little bit of nose damage, but it's Richmond. It's not going to matter as much. The only downside, you got Ryan O'Donohue back there in 6th. They're going to have some trouble. Jared R. Young right there in 4th here will probably move to 3rd on the restart. And Austin Bloom should take over the race lead. Hey, it's a crunchy Dorito taco, okay? As they continue to run, 102 and 180 complete. And that Doritos machine will come to pit road. Nick Terrell having a good opening run here tonight. So he'll get that car looked at and get everything taken care of and get back at it. And we'll get ready to go at it again here tonight. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night on Extreme Sim TV. As always, running down the playoffs here for the Pony Express Truck Series. Again, next season they'll be running Xfinity Series, and I will be racing in that division. I'll make my return to racing in the Xfinity Series one season from now. I am definitely looking forward to that. And we'll get ready to go once again here in a moment. As I am sitting here, getting ready to go back green. And I hope everybody's enjoying a great Friday night. Austin Bloom there as well. Excited for next weekend. A local racetrack opens up next weekend. Racing starting at 4 in the afternoon. So I'll be down there for all that goodness. And I'll be back to call the race there at 9 that night. So that'll be fun next Saturday for me. Getting back to a racetrack. Haven't been to a racetrack since COVID hit, so I'll get back into it. I guess I'm getting ready to get myself worked up to go to North Wilkesboro later in the year. That'll be fun. Don't forget, sometime in June, we'll be doing a giveaway. Tickets to North Wilkesboro. More detail is coming on that as we get closer to the giveaway. We're going to celebrate my birthday on the channel. Really fun time. Let's go, Timmy, out of Zach Smith there. Austin Bloom, Timothy Mangali, Jared R. Young right there, radio 105 on the board. So we are ready to go once again here on Extreme Sim TV. Austin Bloom, Timothy Emanuele going to be your front row with old Jared R. Young sitting right there in third for the restart. 105 laps in the books here tonight at Richmond Raceway in chase race number 2 for the Pony Express NASCAR for Amateurs Truck Series. Ready to go. Yeah, my birthday is June the 26th there, Cowboy. Or 27th, excuse me. Not 26th. I don't know why I said 26th. But here we go, coming to green. Here we go, coming to green. 106 on the board. Green's out. We're rolling here at Pony Express NASCAR for Amateur Truck Series at Richmond. Round number 2 in the chase, back underway. Austin Bloom leads the way here tonight. He'll get above everyone else. Couple of car lengths ahead right now. Zach Purcell back there in 8th right now, the 51 Menards machine, working his way to the bottom, trying to pick up some spots. Austin Bloom right now leading the way. Don't forget, if you're liking right now, don't forget to, or if you're watching right now, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment to us. Oh, man, contact. Hello, we about had a wreck. Bloom just about got turned around by the 93 of Young, but he held on to the back of that truck. That truck was dancing halfway down the back straightaway. And everybody is hanging on right now. Everybody hanging on. 108 to 180 complete here. As they continue to run right now, Austin Bloom, Jared R. Young. 109 on the board here. Right here at Richmond Raceway. So we're starting to get down to nut cutting time here at Richmond. Somebody's going to mark their ticket to the playoffs. In the round of 4, somebody's going to be out here crying in their beer, I guess you could say. If they don't make it in tonight, they've got one more shot at Vegas. But I would rather do it here than Vegas. And right now, both Bloom and Young both could use a win to lock themselves in. I think that's where you're going to see the intensity come from, is these two trucks out front right now. 2 yellows on the night so far, both come at the end of green flag stops. So if we look at the trends of the race, we're gonna, we got a car in the wall. It's gonna be Bloom scrubbing the wall, and here comes Young. That's the Sonic machine back out front now. Young will take back over here at the front of the field. Bloom falls to second. Here comes Ryan O'Donoghue in third. You see him nose to tail right now, almost bumper, tailgate to bumper right now. Off of the corner, Bloom out of shape again. That truck looks a little free. He may have made them rear tires a little angry. That's the way they sat right now. What a battle. You see right behind him, here comes the 24, Stephen Thompson, that Ford F-150 to the bottom. Thompson going to roll the inside of that Chevrolet to his outside. Great battle down the front straightaway once again. Jared R. Young continuing to lead here tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody in chat here tonight. And right now, we got a problem. Stephen Thompson, around he goes. Well, there's a yellow. Stephen Thompson hit the butter. He definitely hit the butter. Let's see what happens. Truck goes in the corner and just steps around on him. He hit the butter, around he goes. Caution is out. May have had a little help after getting into the butter. Caution out here. And they're going to go at it here under yellow. 14 on the board, 114 on the board of 180 here tonight as the yellow comes back out. Jared R. Young up front. See Jared Young right there in Austin. Bloom at the front of the field. Those two have been basically dominant all night. And what a race. It's been 115 of 180 complete here tonight. So you see Lights on the race pace car here at Richmond. Man, what a great race it has been here as we inch towards 60 to go at Richmond here tonight. Been racing all over the racetrack here. Don't forget, if you're watching, slam that like button for us. We had 7 or 8 in here. We got 3 likes. Think we can do a little bit better. Slam that like button for me. Been such a great evening of racing. Give these boys some love. And we'll get ready to get back at it. Man, it's so much fun. Watch them go at it. The 117 on the board this time by. We get ready to fire them back up and go at it again here. Jared R. Young leads. As we'll get ready to go. So we get ready to turn this thing back loose. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and step away, grab me a drink right fast, and I'll be right back as we get ready to go back to green here at Richmond. All right, back under green here at Richmond International Raceway. Jared R. Young, Austin Bloom out front, 120 on the board, 60 to go. Here at the Richmond Raceway up front, nose to tail. There's Timothy Emanuele, Ryan O'Donoghue right there in third. Fourth there in the mix as well, Stephen Thompson in the mix. That's the way they set. There's the 24, 121 on the board. O'Donoghue, Timothy Emanuele, side by side. And at the moment, Timothy Emanuele trying to hold off for 31 of Ryan O'Donoghue underneath of him now. Working their way off of turn number 4 right now, side by side, Stephen Thompson. Nick right there, Ryan and Thompson going at it. You see everybody hanging on up front. Jared R. Young leading the way. See Jared R. Young leads here at Richmond here tonight, 122 of the 180 on the board. Young, Bloom, Donahue, Thompson, Nick right there as well. You see Nick right there in that 6th spot. Zach Nurnberger, Zach Purcell, Jared R. Young leads the way. And you see Young starting to pull away in that Sonic machine. Austin Bloom trying to chase him down right now with Timothy Emanuele giving him chase. Those two trucks going at it. 124 on the board. Great racing. Here comes the 39, ducking under Bloom here for position. That will be for second now on the board. Double file, they go. Emanuele, Bloom, side by side. Jared R. Young out front leading. Emanuele out of shape just a little bit. Very impressive here. Last two races for Emanuele. Win that last week. Now racing inside the top 5 here this week. Just going to be a great night for him. No one heading to, we got a car in the wall and it's Bloom. Bloom got the wall off of turn number 2. You seen that car smack that outside wall just a bit. Stephen Thompson, he actually lost a spot due to that to Ryan O'Donoghue right there as well. There's Ryan sitting right there in front of it. Everybody back single file once again. Timothy Emanuele back to second. Austin Bloom, Ryan O'Donoghue right there, 128 on the board. Bloom continuing to slide back after knocking the side of the truck off. It's going to be a fast repair most likely when he comes to pit road for his final stop. Jared R. Young leading the way right now. There is Timothy Emanuele. And Timothy Emanuele, 128 on the board. 129 this time by. As everybody works through Ryan O'Donoghue, Stephen Thompson. There's Austin Bloom, Nick Tyrell. Old Nick right there hanging on in that Doritos machine. That Dorito Loco Taco machine. As they continue to run 129 on the board is at the moment. Pretty spread out front with Jared R. Young leading. Jared R. Young leading the way here tonight. In trouble. Oh no, it's Austin Bloom. Trouble for the Home Depot number 9. Trouble for Bloom. Let's take a look. Austin Bloom comes off the corner. Car steps out. He overcorrects into the wall, up and over. He actually rode up the wall, got clipped by the 32 of Zach Nuremberg. And that'll definitely be a fast repair now on that Home Depot number 9 machine after going up on the wall here at Richmond, and brings the caution out. Interesting timing for this caution. Because if we take a look right here, this is going to be good. This is going to be a battle. Take a look at where we're at here in this. See. We're 50 to go, right outside the fuel mileage window that we've seen. We're right there on top of it. We're going to be less than 50 to go when we go green. Probably going to be around 47 green flag laps. So there may be a truck out there that's able to stretch it all the way to the end from here. It would definitely be maybe a little bit of a stretch from what we've seen, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they can make it to the end on fuel from here with less than 50 to go. Emanuele exits, Ryan O'Donoghue exiting as well. Cowboy Gaming down there in chat. Glad to have you here tonight. Zach Smith, glad to have you. You guys are great down there in chat. And we'll get ready to do it all over again here in the NASCAR for Amateurs Truck Series Chase Race number 2 at Richmond. And when we leave Richmond here tonight, we should have 2 of the 4 locked into that final race at Homestead on June the 10th. June the 10th, again, the final race of the season. We got one more in between there, with Vegas being that. But Vegas, of course, next week. But we're going to get ready to do this again. The lights on the pace car. Here we go once again here. Should be a good one. So right now, 134 on the board. We get ready to go. 135 here of 180 complete here this night. Going to be a great battle to the end here. So you can see it, 134 on the board. Ryan O'Donohue up front. Stephen Thompson right there as well. Timothy Emanuele. So here we go. Should be lights off on the pace car. Ryan O'Donohue right there. Lights are out on the pace car. Ready to go once again. 135 laps complete here tonight at Richmond as we get ready to go back green flag racing here tonight once again. The 135 and 180 complete. Should be about 45 to go in this green flag run to the end. It'll be about 45 lap run to the end here at Richmond. Here we go, coming to green. O'Donohue, Thompson, your top two. Green flag in the air. We're rolling again at Richmond. Timothy Emanuele sitting back there, 3 wide. Look at this. Here comes Young to the bottom. Young gonna peek a nose. Great job by Young. He'll pick up a spot. Now he'll be battling for second underneath Thompson. Young starting to power his way back forward here. Jared R. Young up to P2 here already on the restart. Up front, Donahue trying to hold that serve right now. Ryan O'Donohue's going to have Jared R. Young pounce on that back bumper. That Toyota Tundra right now down the back straightaway. He's going to pounce like a cat to the bottom. Jared R. Young to the inside. He'll make the pass. New race leader. Give it to Jared R. Young as they exit turn 4. Now, what do you do if you're Donahue watching that car pull away here? 138 on the board. How hard do you push it? Again, fuel may possibly be an issue at the end of this race. You got to think ahead a little bit as they continue to run 139 this time by. And I tell you what, you're knocking these laps down, but if you're Jared R. Young, how hard do you go here at the beginning? I think you got to take your time here with Young. If you're smart here, you've got the lead. Just back off of it a little bit, save a little bit, keep enough in that truck to hold off a late race charge if you need to. Because if you don't, then you get a late race charge, you are in trouble. That is what you have to kind of look for. Lauren, how are you, Lauren? How are you tonight? 140 on the board of 180 here tonight. Everybody hanging on. Up front, Jared R. Young leading. So Jared R. Young, 141 complete here. Jared R. Young, Ryan O'Donohue, Zach Nuremberg right here as well. 141 complete here of 180. Nick right there as well. Timothy Emanuele, 142 on the board. Working their way through here tonight. Up front leading Jared R. Young. Pulling away now, 2-second gap for Young back to Nuremberg. Ryan O'Donohue settles into third right now. Again, it's going to be a lot of saving your equipment to the end here. Donahue coming off the corner in third right now. Great racing here. 144 on the board. Jared R. Young right now leading the way. Nick Terrell losing the spot to Zach Purcell. Terrell back a spot with Purcell right there in that 51 camp. great battle in the mix as well. 144 complete. Jared R. Young continuing to lead. Ryan O'Donohue right there with Timothy Emanuele in the mix. Great racing here tonight. You'll go from the blimp coverage here at the Richmond Raceway. You see up front Ryan O'Donohue leading. Or excuse me, Jared R. Young leading Ryan O'Donohue and Zach Nurnberger trying to run him down. Remember, Zach Nurnberger was the truck that brought out the first yellow earlier in the night. So great recovery for that 5032 truck here so far. Running inside the top 5 now. Timothy Emanuele up to 4th in the 39. Stephen Thompson back to 5th. Jared R. Young up front trying to get himself into that Final Four, get himself a lock-in. He missed the first race of the playoffs last week, trying to really make the recovery. And really, if he can get up there and win this race here tonight and lock himself in, what a big deal for him to recover, right? That's huge on his behalf to kind of recover from that. Man, oh man. Great racing. 148 on the board of 180 here tonight. They continue to do battle right now. What do you do? 149 laps on the board this time. And Young out front by 2 seconds. He can really start saving equipment now. As you see Nurnberg right there as well. Right now, everybody doing what you can to keep the truck underneath of you the best you can. So much fun to watch here. So that is kind of going to be interesting to see how this goes. Jared R. Young out front, leading the way right now. What kind of moves can you get here tonight? So 151 on the board here tonight. So right now 151 complete here tonight. Everybody's continuing to be single file. 30 to go at Richmond. Nurnberg right there. Ryan O'Donohue right there in that 3rd spot. Timothy Emanuele back to 4th in that 39 as well. There's Zach Purcell, Nick Terrell. Zach right there as well. It's Stephen Thompson and Austin Bloom. That's the way everybody sits at the moment as we work our way through Richmond Raceway here tonight. Man, oh man, oh man, this is going to be so much fun. Coming to the end, do you have to save it, fuel, or can you just go with it? That is going to be the question I think everybody here is going to have to answer as we go through. Jared Young up front, hanging on. 155 on the board this time by. Young right now leading over Nurnberg. They're in 2nd. It'll be 25 to go at Richmond. Young leads. Nurnberg there in 2nd. There's Ryan O'Donohue, Timothy Emanuele. So again, complete great driving right now. 155 on the board. There's Purcell in that Slim Jim machine, recovered into the top 5. Terrell, the Doritos machine, right now in 6th. But it's Jared R. Young continuing to lead the way here at Richmond tonight. So Young just has to focus on what he needs to do here to end this race out tonight. Get that truck to victory lane and move on to Homestead in a few weeks. That's going to be the biggest deal that you're going to have to deal with. It right now that 93 leading. Zach Nuremberg right there in second. Nuremberg P2. There's Timothy Emanuele. 158 on the board here this time by, coming to about 20 to go very soon here. 159 this time by. Great racing across the board here for the NASCAR for Amateurs Truck Series. Great job by everybody involved. So right now, everybody on the board, 160 on the board this time by. So a 160 coming on the board this time by as they work through. 20 laps to go here. Everybody kind of spread apart. There's the 93 out front. Jared Young leading. Zach Nuremberg there at second. There's Timothy Emanuele, Ryan O'Donohue. Zach Purcell right there as well. 20 laps to go at Richmond here tonight for the Pony Express NASCAR for Amateurs Truck Series in our second round of the chase here tonight. 20 to go for Jared Young out front. He's going to have to run right at 50 laps here tonight to get to victory lane. Can that truck make a 50-lap stint? That's going to be the question. Right now, he has got one more lap of fuel on the less than everybody else has. He's just going to have to run this thing out. Harrison, what's up, yo? Harrison. 18 to go at Richmond. Going to be a one-lap difference in fuel between him and Zach Nuremberger. Zach missed the playoffs, heartbroken. Now trying to at least get in the win here tonight with 18 laps to go. He's 4 seconds off your leader, but again, if Jared R. Young has fuel problems, he could go to victory lane. Again, it was heartbreak early on due to the issues that he had. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Everybody hanging on. Jared R. Young leading the way. What kind of move can you make? Jared R. Young leading. Everyone else going to fall in line here. Again, 16 to go here at Richmond. Young trying to stretch it here. That's going to be the million-dollar question. And it's going to be so interesting to watch the way this comes down. Nuremberg right there as well. 15 laps to go. So what do you do here? Jared R. Young leads. He's got to hold on fuel mileage-wise. 14 to go. Timothy Emanuele right there. There's Timothy, Ryan O'Donohue, Zach Purcell. There is Nick Terrell right now as well in the mix. Great racing for Nick Terrell. 13 to go here tonight. $13 to go right now for Young out front. $12 to go this time by. Right now, Young leads the way. And this is going to be very interesting. How does this work? This is going to be so tight. Can you make it on fuel? If you're Young and Nuremberg right there behind him. If Jared Young runs out of fuel, this is going to be so interesting. 11 to go here. 3 minutes estimated in the race. 11 laps to go. 10 to go this time by. Everybody fighting their way through 10 laps to go right now as everybody hangs on. 10 laps to go in this one. And there you go. Up front, Young holding on. 9 laps to go now. He's got to be looking at the fuel pressure gauge. Thinking, can this truck make it? If he runs out of fuel, he's in trouble. Nuremberg, Emanuele on the same fuel run as your race leader. So, knowledge would say if Young runs out, Emanuele's going to run out. 7 to go. Everybody's all spread apart. See that number 39 of Emanuele coming off the win 1 week ago that put him into the Final Four. Really having a solid run at Richmond. So 7 to go this time by. Up front, Young leads. There's Nuremberg. There's Emanuele. All in the front of the field. Jared Young leads it. 6 to go here. 6 laps to go. Here comes Young out front, trying to hang on. It'll be interesting here, and you see right now Young really being a little bit conservative. 5 to go. Nuremberg right there as well. There's Nuremberg fighting through in the 32 camp. Coming down to 5 to go. 44 laps on the step for Young now. Going to be so interesting. Young out front. Hanging on, 5 to go. Four laps to go for that 93. Zach Nuremberger hoping. Here comes Timothy Emanuele. Battle for second now. Look at Timothy Emanuele going to jump underneath Nuremberger. Side by side for P2 right now. Here comes Timothy Emanuele. Emanuele going to try to sneak to the bottom here in 3 and 4. Timothy Emanuele underneath the 32 camp. 3 to go. Up to P2 for Emanuele. Meanwhile, Jared Young 3 laps away. You got to think about that. You're 3 laps away from victory lane here tonight and a berth in the round of 4. Now 2 to go. Emanuele to second. Oh boy, this is going to be so tight. Coming to 1 lap to go. This time by Jared Young off of turn 4. Sees the white flag. 1 lap to go. Can that truck make it? Final lap here. Can he make it to the end? See Bloom up in front. Disappointing end for Bloom's race. He led majority of laps early. But Jared Young going to nurse that truck into 3 and 4. And he's going to come off of turn number 4. And he's going to be saying, hello, Miami. He'll lock himself in the playoffs. Jared Young, victory lane. Timothy Emanuele going to come out of turn number 4. And he'll nurse that truck to a P2 finish. Zachary Nuremberger in 3rd. Congratulations to Jared Young. He'll lock himself in the homestand. Great job, Jared Young here. Gonna lock that truck into the final round. And wow, nice job for Jared Young. Now let's see if we can get Discord to work for them. I've had trouble out of their Discord all night. Hopefully we can get in there. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, not completely sure either. Discord ain't working for me. That's odd. So there we go. What a race here tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. As we see here tonight, Jared R. Young puts himself in the playoffs here tonight. Congratulations to Jared R. Young. Unfortunately, we can't do post-race interviews here tonight. But we'll be back next week at Las Vegas, and hopefully we'll have Discord up and running for him by then. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Jared R. Young locks himself into the round of 4 here tonight at Richmond.